All right, I'm working on the S10 tonight. I've had an intermittent starting issue. It's been hard to replicate. It just starts when it wants to. So I wasn't sure if it's the starter. I changed the starter. I think I looked at the receipt. It was like 2012. I've got another starter sitting over here, but I think I'm gonna end up taking it back because I think I found the problem, and it's not the starter or the starter solenoid. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've hooked up some test wires under here. So we're gonna get underneath. So I've got one on a ground up here on the passenger side of the motor. And it's filthy down here because I never drive this, so it's been leaking oil. Even though I rebuilt it in 2010, kind of stinks. Anyway, there's the power wire on the starter solenoid. So that's going to send power to hit the main wire there, that bigger one right there, and send power to the starter. Alright, so then on the other end of the test leads down there, I've got my meter hooked up. I've got it on volt DC. And I've got the key in. I've got to push the clutch on this one. Get it out of gear. I'm going to go ahead and try and cycle the ignition. You can see it's getting some type of signal because I'm getting the light flashing there, but I'm not getting 12 volts at all. So I'm thinking it's the ignition switch. It's the only other possible thing it could be. So I'm going to keep diagnosing. Alright, since I already had a starter, I figured I'd show you that. This is what they look like out of the vehicle. So you got the big starter motor, and then you got the starter solenoid. And you got power. This is your main power coming from the battery. And then this is your power coming from the ignition. So when you turn power on, or when you hit the key or hit the push button in newer cars, it's going to send power to here, and that jumps across this terminal, and that slings this solenoid closed, and it completes the circuit from here to here. So power comes in off the battery, and it's just waiting all the time to get to here, and then that goes in and turns the big motor. And that turns this gear that's inside of here. This thing will actually pop out and then engage in the flywheel and then pop back in when it's done. So with a start cycle. So that is what a starter looks like out of the vehicle, at least on this one. All right, I left off the other night on the truck when I couldn't get it to start. I actually came back out and got it to start, so I'm going to show you what I was doing. So that's the reason I went ahead and put it back on the ground. Yeah, I wanted to show you what it's doing. So what I could have done was I could have left the jumper wires I had on there and jumpered it and actually started the truck. Obviously, I would have to make sure that it's in well, and this is a stick shift, so I would have to make sure it's out of gear, otherwise it would try and jump off the jack stands. You wouldn't want that. If it's an automatic, make sure it's in park. But you could use the same thing that we were testing for power and not getting power to test the starter. So I didn't have to do that. So what I ended up doing was coming in here and going ahead and cranking it, but fiddling with the clutch. So we'll see if it starts. It may start. Nope. All right. So watch what I do here. My foot is down here on the clutch. Man, I wish I had a little more light down there, huh? I don't know why I didn't turn the garage light on. All right. We'll go ahead and try again. All right. So I've got the clutch pushed all the way to the floor. What I'm going to do is let up on it a little bit while I'm holding the key to crank it. See that? All I did was let up on the clutch a little bit, and it started right up. It didn't sound good when I did that. I'm hitting like a dead spot. I'm hitting a dead spot in the switch on the clutch, because as soon as I come up off the floor just a little bit, it fires right up every single time. So I'm going to change the switch that's on the clutch. All right, we're on the driver's side. I'm going to take you up where the clutch, behind the clutch pedal. All right, I got to contort my body in a way to get back here. All right, so what I'm looking for is, so this is the pedal, and you just go up from there. And what I'm looking at is this thing right here, and you're looking at it and you're like, man, this is gonna be a pain to get out. Actually, you don't really need to take much out. So you can actually take this thing and turn it all the way. So I need to turn it and get to this little connector and push on this little tab. Now, this thing's been in for 30 years, so I may have to get another hand in here. All right, I'm having some trouble getting the connector off. So what I'm going to end up doing here is turning it towards me to get this back part off, and then maybe I can bring it down. So you got these two little tabs that are right here. There's one there, and then there's one by my other finger. You got to squeeze them together, and at the same time kind of push this thing forward. It's going to go past this little tab right here, and I'll show you once I get it out. So then you just take this whole little piece off of there. This whole piece should pop off. Come down here, and now we can work on the connector. There we go. And the connector, all you do is push this tab right here. Push it down. Once you have that whole piece in there, you can easily do it. So that's what it looks like up on the clutch. So as the clutch comes down, it's going to go against that housing. Wanted to show you this once it was out. So to get this out, that's what it looks like in the truck. So I had my hand up there like this. So the firewall's here. So I'm kind of fighting against it. But what I did was just pinch these little tabs right here. Pinch them and push them at the same time. You kind of have to push. You can see where my fingernail is. Push against those with your fingers. Push and get them just past this little plastic tab right here. Camera cut off. Past this little tab right here, and then that will allow you to get it off here like that. So squeeze these little guys. And then once you slide it off, that allows you to pop it off of here. So you have to kind of work it over this little spot right here. Get a little flashlight on there. So you kind of have to work it off of that, because you can see it's the piece, the metal rod that goes through there is just about as big as that intersection. So I said I'm going to try and take it apart. I don't see anywhere where it comes apart. Maybe these little pieces right here, I'll probably destroy it getting it apart. These things are about $45, so I'm probably just going to buy one. All right, so I got the new one in the box here. Here's the old one, so we're just going to compare it. Take it out of the box, and that's the part number there, that NS121. So I took it up to the parts store so that I knew I'd get the right thing. So it looks like what happens in here is this piece here slides down and it makes contact right here on these two contacts, and it completes the circuit. So the pins are really close together, and you've got inside of here, and then you've got to be able to push this down. If I had another person, I would have them probe that while I pushed it down. But I don't have anything to attach to those pins really easily to test it. Let me try one other thing. Yeah, I don't have anything to test it, but I'm sure it works better than the old one that's nearly 30 years old. So I guess I could have gone and cleaned the little contacts in there, but you know, probably better I just replace it. So let's go ahead and put it back in the truck. So that's what it's going to look like once it's installed. So you got to kind of remember when you go in, this little piece right here goes in between and then slides up. All right, let's get up in here. Okay. Probably just gonna connect the connector after I get it in. Okay, so the connector is gonna go out this way. I'm just gonna take this piece and pop it down over this rod. Just like that. Okay, let's just go ahead and connect the connector. So that just goes in and connects and pops in. And then let's rotate this. This is fun to do one-handed. Probably should have left the connector off. Probably would have been easier because then I could have a little more easily get it in here. Okay. So that's going to go down and around. See, this radius here goes around there. So you're going to push that on and slide that back. And I'm almost all the way engaged. There we go. Okay, just had to push it a little harder. So that is in. Just make sure your wiring harness isn't tangled on anything. I've got a bunch of other crap in here. All right. So let's go ahead and check it. I'll let you get a little close up of it. And let's just go ahead and I'll just check it. I'm gonna go ahead and take it, put it back to where it was when I found it. All right, moment of truth. Here we go. Starts up no problem. So awesome. That was an easy repair, easier than a starter in all honesty. All right, well, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.